Hey, what's up, my dude? Your friendly neighborhood Tony here, and welcome to the Spare Tech Room. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. As you can see here, I've got some stuff laid out here, including the HEX Ranger Mini, which is a mini camera sling. And I recently picked this up specifically for my A7C II. This is actually the A7C, but I also have an A7C II, just in a different place. So I wanted to basically break down this entire sling, go through it piece by piece, and ultimately figure out if it's going to be a good everyday carry for me and my specific needs. Now, hopefully this video also helps you out as well if you're looking at this sling, and really if you're just trying to find the best possible compact sling for a compact camera setup. So I've got the sling, I've got my camera, I've got my measuring tape. Let's go ahead and dive in to the HEX Ranger Mini. So right off the bat, you can see I kind of went with this camo color. This is supposed to be more of a grayish, but it definitely looks green, at least to me right now. And from what I can see on camera, it looks greenish as well. There is another camo-y type color that is even more green. It's like a forest green or something like that. And an all black version. I went with this because the all black version looked a little plain to me, but this is definitely more colorful than it looked like in its photos, so something to be aware of there. It's made out of a somewhat rough feeling fabric. It says that it's supposed to be weather resistant, although I haven't taken out in the weather. I just picked it up myself to test out, so I can't really say whether or not it will hold up under inclement weather, but I can say that just from feeling it, it doesn't feel particularly coated with any kind of weather repellent chemicals or anything like that, but if the advertising is to be believed, it should hold up decently to some rain. Also, you've got YKK zips all the way around. I didn't realize at first that they were YKK zips, but they most definitely are. They are supposed to be weather guarded. They're not those specific hydro guarded zippers that you might see on other bags, but they are inverted. So it definitely seems to be sealed, at least to some degree. So real quick, we'll just go around the bag so you can get an idea of all the different sides to it. At the very front here, we have this compartment, which takes up a decent part of the front side of the bag. Again, YKK zips that go just around to about here, all the way to there. And when you open this up, there's a felt lined compartment in here. This is supposed to be made specifically for your phone or sunglasses. They also advertise it as being good for sunglasses. Of course, it's supposed to keep things scratch-free. I was able to fit my iPhone 14 Pro in here. Again, Pro, not Pro Max. It was a bit of a tight fit with the case on, but it definitely fit in here. So if you're the kind of person who likes to put your phone in your bag, I personally don't. I'm more of a person who puts it in my front pocket, but you do have enough space in here for that. Now over to the side here, we've got a compression strap. In fact, on both sides of the bag, you're going to have compression straps, so you can kind of cinch it down if you don't really have a lot in your bag at any given time. If we look at the bottom of the bag, you have a couple more straps here. This is going to work for something like a tripod. It doesn't look like they unclip from here, so this is something that you will have to loosen up and cinch down as you go. You're not gonna be able to unclip them, throw a tripod in and clip them back on, so something to be aware of there. Along the back side of the bag, pretty simple, same material that you get on the rest of the bag. A little handle here that seems to be a seatbelt material. It's not very plush or anything like that, but there's enough space in there to get your hands in and really grip the bag if you need to grab it there. As well as the straps that attach to the back here. They're not on any kind of swivel or anything like that, so pretty standard, simple setup. And then of course you have your nylon straps here with, this is a YKK buckle, it looks like. That pretty simple, doesn't feel like anything particularly special or, you know, chintzy or anything like that. It's a solid buckle, so that's pretty good. And then of course at the top, spin this around. At the top here you have two different compartments. There's a front, or I guess kind of middle compartment, because you have this as the front. And then here, this unzips, it looks like, almost all the way down to the side, on both sides. And you have a little admin pocket in here, some space where you can throw whatever you'd like in the front. You've got a couple of little slots here, both the same size, and then a few different mesh slots that you can store some things in, as well as a little clip for your keys, which, again, I'm not the kind of person to keep my keys in my bag. Those are usually in my other front pocket, but if you want to throw your keys or a fob or whatever in here, you've got a little clip for that. So that's that front pocket, decently sized, and it seems to be a separate volume from the rest of the bag, so you can probably pack that out if you want to. All right, and last up, of course, is the main compartment. So let's dig into that. Now, right off the bat, I'm noticing that this zipper, it's inset a little bit from the sides of the bag. So you're not getting the full volume, the full open space of the entire bag here. And the entryway is going to be a little bit smaller than that. So something to notice. We'll unzip this. Zippers aren't terribly smooth, but not the worst I've seen. And then on the inside here, you have another zippered mesh compartment. This isn't elasticy, or it's a little elasticy, but not much. But you can throw a few loose items in there. And then just a big cavernous space with some Velcro pieces. So let's pull those out for now. And this is the interior. Again, because of the zipper, you're not getting the full open area here. You're going to have to kind of deal with these lips that work their way around the entire bag. And then on the bottom, this is an extra padding, it looks like, that you can remove. It's Velcroed in there. So that'll give you a little bit more volume if you want to remove that. Otherwise, you might want to keep that in there for your camera for kind of some durability and stability. Then you have these two different Velcro inserts. One of them is just a regular square. The other one appears to have a bit of a bend in it, a little more rectangular. So you can kind of work these in here origami style to fit your camera and whatever other accessories that you want to put in there. So for me, right off the bat, I'm going to say this is obviously a less expensive sling than some of the more premium ones that you're going to see online, whether that's from Wandered or Peak Design or Wotancraft or any of those. Those are going to cost you at least double what this one costs. And so you really have to consider, am I getting this as something that I'm going to be using every single day, that I really, really want to hold up to wear and tear over time, and I want it to be high quality? Well, if that's the case, this might be for you, but I wouldn't bet on it. I would probably invest in a more premium sling for myself if it was something that I was going to use every single day. However, if maybe you don't use your sling every single day, maybe this is just something you're going to take with you on the weekend or something like that, then I think this is a really good price to performance kind of situation. Now, the real key for me is, does it fit my camera? And what we're going to do here, I've got my little A7C with my 35mm 2.8 Zeiss lens on here. This is pretty much the smallest setup that I'll ever bring around with me day to day. I do have some other zoom lenses that range in size, but those are going to be more for a larger bag. I don't imagine those are going to fit in here very well. So with this, I'll probably bring a 35, maybe an 85 prime, something like that, have a little 2 lens setup. So first off, I can definitely tell that it's going to fit easily if you just drop it in there like that. You know, you can put it in face down with a small lens like this. That's going to work pretty easily. You know, plenty of space to spare above that. And then, of course, with these dividers, you can kind of create a little compartment for that. And you still have plenty of space left over for another lens or other accessories, whatever else you want to put in here. Now, the one thing is, as I mentioned before, this zipper comes in, and so the lip is going to kind of get in the way a little bit. I don't know if you can see that here, but if I'm trying to reach in and grab my camera, I'm going to have to go under this lip and get in there, or have my camera offset, which kind of wastes that space tucked away in there. So maybe I would use this smaller divider just to kind of keep the edge of the camera away from that little dead zone, that little corner, and then just use that for little small items that I don't have to access very often. And then you still have a little bit of space left over here for another lens or something like that. So you could do that. That is an option, and it's pretty easy to grip and rip from there. Now for me though, I like to have my camera inserted on its side. And it looks like that is not quite gonna work here, even with the A7C, which is one of the smallest full frame cameras on the market. So if you are looking to have something that you have inserted sideways like I do, I like to just be able to reach in, grab my camera, pull it out, and be on my way. This might not work for you. Maybe if we remove this padding at the very bottom, I'll try that real quick. So let's try that. Let's take these out. Let's remove this base padding, which takes up the entire bottom. That's that. And so that's going to give us a little more depth here to work with. Let's see, will this then fit? Okay, that's not bad. That actually, I think, fits perfectly. So with that, so now let's do a little more finagling here. We're going to section off that corner so it doesn't get lost under the lip, right? There we go. Then we're going to put you in sideways, like so. And then you can, of course, create another pocket over here on this side. Okay, there we go. And so now we have 3 different compartments here. We've got this little tiny pocket off to the side that's kind of covered up by the lip. So I'll throw maybe like batteries in there, something I'm not going to access very often. We've got perfect kind of situation for the camera here. The lip still does come over the front here, so it will get a little snagged on that, but nothing terrible. And then we have a whole nother section here where we can throw a different lens in there. I'll just grab this is on my other camera, but just my little zoom there, my little 20 to 40 Tamron. Sorry, excuse the fact that there's no lens cover on there, but boom, just like that. This could be whatever you want. Pretend this is a 85 prime or something like that. Batteries here, camera here, extra lens here. You've still got pockets for little knickknacks and, you know, SD cards, whatever you want. You've got this whole front compartment as well as this admin panel. This kind of works. So I'm gonna go ahead and rock this bag for a little while, see how I feel about it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you interested in this kind of small sling setup? You know, I do have the measuring tape here, so I'm gonna go ahead and take some dimensions and I'll post them in the description box, so that way you have internal and external dimensions for this bag. You can't always trust what it says online, so I'm gonna give you the actual physical dimensions as measured by me and my little measuring tape. Also, if you want to check out this bag further, or if you want to pick it up for yourself, it is on sale right now on Amazon as of recording. So I'll go ahead and link to that again in the description box below. If you want to use those links, it also helps out the channel. Otherwise, if you want to see me test out any other bags or anything like that, definitely let me know in the comments below. And thanks for hanging out in the Spare Tech Room. See you next time. Peace.